this is going to shock everyone, including me, because purse card is usually an instant veto in my brain, but look what I made. It's an adorable little purse card. And it's a gift card holder. Like, how cool is that? This is the next in my Craft Roulette series. And if you're new to Craft Roulette, I encourage you to go to amyulin.com/go/CR, and it'll bring up this page that will teach you all about Craft Roulette. But in a nutshell, it is a weekly game show challenge where they spin for 4 parameters, and we create something new based on those parameters. So here's the real point of this video. Sometimes that unwanted parameter helps grow our creativity the most. It's like a creative detour that's super annoying at first because seriously, purse card? Like, who wanted that other than May? May wanted that, which is why we got it. But for those of us that were annoyed, what it allowed us to do was to really kick our problem solving into high gear and come up with a creative solution. So I already made one, but let's make another one together. This was for episode 300, recorded on January 2nd, 2026. And the project, the 4 parameters were purse card, colors were 1990s, element was an outdoor critter, and random was textile. So the first thing that I knew that I needed to do was to figure out the purse card aspect, because that was the thing I was least excited about. So I went to the Dreaming Tree profile on Creative Fabrica. You can go to my website and just click on Creative Fabrica, and that will get you there. Or you could put in amyulin.com/go/DT for Dreaming Tree, and that will bring you directly to this page. So I'll put those links in the description below. But anyway, once you're there, type in purse, and it'll come up with all kinds of purses. I went ahead and selected the purse card or purse gift card holder, and downloaded that. So I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to do that again. But if you'd like to make this exact project, you could go ahead and download it and then cut everything out with your Cricut the way I did. Okay, so the next step was colors, 1990 colors. Well, clearly I'm a little old for Saved by the Bell, but I do remember that hair and I do remember that makeup from the 90s. And so I thought this would be ideal. But then the challenging part was, okay, I don't really have a lot of these neon colors, so I had to find some things that were close to what I'm seeing here. So let's go over to the hand cam and I will show you the papers that I came up with. I found a couple of old close to my heart kits, and this one was the Celebrate Today, and it didn't really have the purple, but it's kind of like this bluish purple, and so that was the one that I made my first little gift card out of, and I really liked this plaid, and the plaid kind of reminded me of Clueless, so that was the 90s. All right. But for the actual color, I felt like this is from the Craft On kit. And this paper, which is hard to tell with my poor lighting, but this has more of the purple, that bright pink, that bright yellow, and kind of some of that sort of tealish color. So I felt like this one went really well. All right, so I got everything all cut out, And let's go ahead and take a little look at what I have here. So for starters, I went ahead and after I cut everything out, I inked my edges just because it was, I'm using the old Close to My Heart cardstock, and it has white core, and I didn't want the white core showing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the scalloped edges, and the one that it has the little gift card holder, you just want to make sure that you do not put glue where the flaps of that gift card holder are going to, oh geez, like that. Don't do that. Oh my gosh, can't take me anywhere. Okay, you can put it right above it and right below it, but don't put it on the actual tab itself, or else your gift card will not have anywhere to go. Okay, I believe there are some lines here for you to line up your inserts, but because my head will get in the way if I look at those, I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay, so again, I just want to make sure that my little flaps will pop up. Okay, they do. So that is okay. You'll notice that this time I went ahead and chose to go with black to really make the colors of the cardstock pop out a bit more. Okay, and I'm using Barely Art glue for this. It's my fave. All right, and again, all the stuff that I use that's not retired, I will share that with you in the oh jinkies, guys, you know what I just did? Oh well, okay. We'll pivot. We will pivot. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put this on the front. Okay, so again, I hope that even if you get a parameter that you're not super crazy about, that you will consider making whatever the project is, because sometimes I got to tell you, there are some of the extra sort of like techniques and things that I am not crazy about, but I tell you, every time I try them, it just like it's a good sense of accomplishment because I'm doing something that I wouldn't normally have tried. Okay, so I think, nope, this one. Okay, let's see which one I want up here. Okay. Oh, this is the back. Okay, yes. So let's do it this way so that I can see when this flap closes what we're going to get. Okay, I think I will go ahead and put this one on to be the front. Not that it really matters because, you know, people are going to take out the gift card and hopefully recycle the rest of the card. So remember, even if you don't like the purse card, you're going to end up giving it away anyway. So you might as well just make it. Okay. And in 2026, for those of you that are watching it in the year of 2026, you know, or even if you're watching it later, I really hope that you will get into the habit, as I am really going to work on getting more into the habit of sending my cards again. You know, this is a fantastic boost to our own mental health, the actual doing of the activity, but just think about how it would make others feel if they got this gift card holder in the mail, or even not in the mail. Maybe you want to give it to somebody you know in your real life, and you want to hand it to them, and then you can watch them ooh and ah over your cute purse card. Okay, so now we're going to put on these handles, and this is what I was saying earlier. Okay, go ahead and fold that little handle back a little bit just so that you don't get glue on that part of it. Okay, and then I'm going to put my little handle on here, sort of line it up. And the nice thing about the liquid glue is that it gives you that kind of wiggle room to, you know, make sure that you have time to adjust when you don't, when your papers aren't lined up exactly. Okay. And the other thing is these handles are going to be glued together anyway, so it gives it a little bit more stability. So that is really helpful as well. Okay, and it's nice because you can just sort of line it up between your fingers and squeeze all the way around to make sure that everything is in the proper place before you start squeezing it together. And if you wanted, you could just put something heavy on top of this. I usually use another block. Okay, so now I am going to flip those feet out so that I can glue these two handles together. And I don't know if oh yeah, I did say it already that I inked all my edges, including the pattern paper, just so that it would have a little bit more finished look. Okay, so see how easy and this is coming together. I was so worried about purse card. How am I going to make that? But you know, thanks to Dreaming Tree to the rescue, because this is super cute and I could see making this again. Okay, now here's where I kind of messed up. So I will show you, it comes, I don't know if you can see that. So it comes with these two holes for the handle. So you can just sort of stick your handle in there. And then what I would normally do, and I did on my first one, is I glued the handles down okay, what's happening? I can't see. I need different glasses. Okay. Hello, now I can see. Okay. I think what I would have done was open them up like this and then paste them on either side and then cover it up with this. But because I forgot to do that, I am going to just glue those little feet together on both sides. And it doesn't matter, you know, if the glue comes out a little bit, because this part's not going to be seen anyway, but you can see that because I inked it with that black ink, my hands are getting all inky. Okay, so now I'm going to, with these little feet. I'm going to give a little bit of glue on this side. And then I'm going to hold those down. Yeah. And it doesn't matter that glue is oozing out because we are going to cover this anyway with this black piece. So what I'm going to do, just so that I don't accidentally get glue in that opening area, I'm just going to glue it on this side. Okay, I tell you, friends, we're almost done here. This is so easy. Okay, so let's go ahead then. And again, we can just sort of line this up. And then we've got these kind of gold decorative pieces. And so I'm going to just add a little bit of glue to this. And then put this on kind of like that clasp, the gold clasp of the purse. Okay. Then I can fold, oh, no. Let's fold these in first. Then I can fold this up, fold this over. Oops, let's get my little handle. So cute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do before I continue with the next part is I've got these little Velcro dots. So I'm just going to cut couple of my little Velcro out of here. And then I will put it centered here. That should be okay. So now I will close this and I will fold it over and then just stick it down. So let's get my handle up. It's looking cute like a purse. Now I've got this cute little butterfly that I cut out of glitter cardstock. It has two little score marks. So now I can add just a tiny bit of glue to the center of that score mark. And there is the critter on my purse card, right? So parameters so far, I've got purse card, I've got the 1990 colors, I have the, oh jinkies, I have the critter. Okay, well, let's just let that dry a bit before I mess around with it anymore. Okay, and then the last part is textile, but before I do that, let's put this little white bit on the tag, and this is where you could write the person's name or some kind of greeting. I haven't cut it yet, but another thing you could do would be to cut like an extra of the inside scallop piece, make it a little bit smaller so that you have a place to write a message or stamp a greeting to a friend. Okay, so now I am going to let those dry for a moment. And there were a couple of flowers. So what I'm going to do with the flowers is go ahead and kind of add some dimension to it by rolling the paper, kind of breaking down those fibers so it starts to curl in on itself. Okay, and then I'm going to open that up a little bit. Do the same thing on the tiny one. and it just gives it a little bit more dimension. I will come back to that, but then I've got this tiny little brush with some of the old close to my heart raspberry ink. And so I'm just going to add just a little bit of ink inside that white to give it a little bit of a pink glow. That's cute. Okay, so now again, add a little bit of that, and then I'm going to bring this back, and since I kind of have an open space over here, I'm going to add just a drop of glue to the first flower, and I will put it up here. Let that dry a little bit. And then I will add a little bit to the inside piece and kind of have them overlapping ever so slightly, kind of alternating so you can see the bottom petals through that. And I'm using this as my textile. So it's twine, but it's got like a waxy coat over it. So it is like, it's really a little stiff. And so when you put it someplace, like it's not going to move on you the way that some typical thread might. Okay, so I'm going to tie this on to my handle, and now we could take let's see, I think I made these little bows. Okay, and so that could go directly on top of there too. But that is another cute little purse card. Okay, my friends, this is why I want you to join the Craft Roulette Challenge, because it is one of the best creativity builders, because it gently forces us to make something that we wouldn't normally choose. And that's where new ideas come from. Okay. So I'm going to put my Craft Roulette link in the description below. Remember, you get to play for free. It just earns me little bonus points as a member for spreading the Craft Roulette love. Leave a comment in below and let me know, one, what's one of the parameters that you dread but are willing to give a try? And two, which of these little cards, gift holders, did you like best? The black one or the teal? Okay, very excited to see what you think. And if you didn't like either of them, that's fine. You can let me know that too. If purse card was just too much, then let me know. Until next time, make time for creative play, because your mental health matters. Bye.